things that, but because he had one of the greatest teachers in the game who taught Roberto from I think Roberto was like 10 years old. He used to fight grown men. But when I say grown men, 17, 18-year-old guys. So when he was a kid, the hunger that
No,
it takes.
poverty from other countries is a whole different element than poverty. Like I grew up with my family on welfare, but we always had enough to eat. We were never going to
Yeah, yeah,
potentially starve to death if we didn't go down and pick up trash.
yes.
We didn't need to find some way out of there. So when someone finds a way out of there through fighting, and they enjoy it,
Yeah,
if they just keep getting beat up, then that's just really sad,
that's a
obviously.
different growl thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. But if they enjoy it, if they find their passion, and their passion allows them to progress in life, and then buy their parents a house or something like that, that's a whole different story right there.
hey, I'm the American dream. I'm a process. I'm part of that American dream, man.
Yeah, man.
Because I know what it's like. We ate,
Hmm.
like you said, we ate not a lot, but we had a little. Those guys had
Yeah.
nothing. And if you visit those countries, I've been over there. I've seen it. I've seen people think they show the commercials, but they think it's just a commercial that you see a kid standing out over water, running down and
Hmm.
trying to reach out and get. It happens. You wouldn't think with all the billionaires in this world, mostly billionaires in this world, but it's there. If
Hmm.
boxing gives you, and I think that's what has made boxing. And I know we're going to get to this business of it, but that's what has made boxing this global sport. When guys like Triple G, who has arisen, even before the Klitschko brothers,
Hmm.
and then they weren't poor guys. Don't get me wrong, by no stretch of me, if I read the history right. But still, you look at the guys like Triple G, the Canelos, the guys of the Julio Chavez's, guys who come from these so-called third world nations. They
Anyone
realize
could
that
do it.
one day,
It's not like the stories you hear about, like, oh, they're a famous actor now, and then if you research, it turns out, oh, okay, yeah, their cousin was a famous director.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
nothing like that.
nothing
It's
like
they
that, man.
Yeah.
It's like guys said. I remember, we were in, what was the fighter name? The guy was fighting Tapia some years back. Anyway, the guy was talking, and they was asking him about what got him into boxing. He says, and it through his interpreter, he says, my family had very little to eat, very little clothes to wear,
Mhm.
right? He said, but when I found out I could use these to make money for
Mhm.
my family, a guy came and got him. I wish I could think of this fighter's name. And he said, that was all it took. He said, from that point on, I knew I had to win every time I go out. He said the guy would give him a couple of $100 for winning. Then they give him $500. Then the guy then started getting. He said he had never counted to $1,000. The name's going to come to me in a minute. It was a Hispanic fighter,
Mhm.
Latino, and I don't know what's politically correct these days, so I try to say Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, whatever he was a foreign fighter.
It'll
But
change in 10 years, and then you'll be in
yeah, of
trouble.
course
Don't
it
worry
will.
about
And then they'll
it.
tell us we can't use this podcast anymore because we said it wrong.
We said
But I
Hispanic
mean,
10 years ago. Yeah.
yeah, right. So this guy used he said to use these and make money for
The
my
tools you're
family.
born with. Yeah.
The tools you were born with. That's where the hunger, and I think that's what has hurt the American fighter over the last 10 or 12 years.